Hey guys, this is Alucard. I'm going to explain a couple of newbie tricks, and now we're going to start with a fictional account, and I'm going to take you through the login process and eventually through a little bit of the aesthetics of the game and how to start the game. Okay, so I've got a few characters here. I'm going to create a new character, and this is a fictional name. Male or female really doesn't matter, so I'm going to go female. It has nothing to do. We're going to go human is what I recommend. Now, mages are good for offensive spells. They're really strong early game. Priests are more of a supportive role, but they do wear the same armor class as a warrior, which means that they can tank hits. A rogue is really fun to play. It's more for PKing, player killing, and that type of thing. A warrior is for basically everything to do with killing mobs. It's one of my favorite classes. It's basically necessary if you're going to level up in a group. You need a warrior. But I'm going to show you a mage. I recommend being very conservative, but at the same time putting into stats that you know will be good for your class. Constitution, the one I'm leveling up right here, is how much health you'll get per level. Dexterity is how often you hit, how often you are hit. Strength is how hard you hit, so it doesn't matter that much for a mage. However, it does come into play for how often you hit and how much weight you carry. In intellect is how often your spells hit, how much mana you gain per level, and as a mage, it's very important. And wisdom, excuse me, is how you get practices per level. I'm going to throw the extra 5 into con. Wisdom is determines how many practices you get per level, which go into skills, and I'll show you that. Charisma is kind of a luck factor, and it has to do with how much you pay for vendor items and how often you get drops in the game. So if you're an item drop person, you want good charisma, but I do recommend having good fighting stats too. So I'm going to press keep, and you can do whatever you want with the aesthetic look of your character. That's perfectly fine. Now when you come in, you understand that you've got health right here, got experience right here, stamina here, mana. Those are your basics, but right now we're going to hit the inventory button, which is right here, and we're going to put on the starting gear, and that'll give us 1 armor, and it'll give us a wand that we can use as a weapon. This torch you need in dark places, obviously, and a bread I will get to later. Right now, see someone's chatting. There's different people on. This is our stats, and this reflects your stats, base stats before items. And this reflects what items will give you. So right now it's the same as this because we don't have any good items on this character. Your experience is shown here. The experience in parentheses is how much you need to level. And we'll get to that too, fighting. Right here below inventory is the skills button. Now, I had enough wisdom to where I spawned with 2 practices. Magic missile is an essential, let me repeat that, essential skill for a mage. So I'm going to show you where to go to the guilds to get that learned. Right here is Market Junction. You can see the name of the room right here. So over here is some vendors. Right here is a weaponsmith. Right here is an armorer. Right here's the baker you need for goods, for food. And right here's a shopkeeper, which is kind of a utilitarian. One thing I will show you is that the shopkeeper has things like a bag you can put your items into so people don't see your items. Canteens, which are necessary. Lanterns, which last much longer than torches. And bandage if you want to skill up your bandage skill. Every class comes with it. Over here is the donation room, so sometimes players will donate. So if we're going to go to the Mage Guild, we're going to go north, this is where we started, from Market Junction, to the well, and then west 2, then up, and then up here. And you guys can explore this for yourself, but I just wanted to show you that these practices translate into your skills. So I'm going to learn Magic Missile all the way I can. This maxes out at 92, so I'd need 3 more practices for this to be as efficient as it can be. And I'm going to put this as skill 1, and then so if I click on myself, then it shows up as Magic Missile. But that's a damaging spell, so you do not want to use that in town. Over here is the well. This is where you fill up canteens, and you can either give items to it, or you can type in, this is a command-based game, fill canteen fountain. And if I had a canteen, then I would have filled it. Right here is the cleric where people come to get healed. If you see, my stamina just got healed by the cleric, so he's really good when you're starting out. But, that being said, we're ready to fight. So we're going to go north of the well. And see, it's dark, so I'm going to equip the torch right there. And all I did is moved up this space. So, going to go north. And then over here, you got a sign that'll help you. Newbie zone is north of here. So we're going to go into the newbie zone, and we're going to kill a mouse. Now I can click kill, and these numbers represent what I'm hitting it for, what it's hitting me for. So I just hit it for a 1, but I'm a mage, so I've got the magic missile. So I'm going to cast magic missile, and I just hit it for 9. So it's very helpful. So you get 2 coins. Let's try a rat. And see, I missed, so my mana went down. But it didn't hurt me. But sometimes spells can backfire and hurt me. Okay, so yeah, so now my health is at 6 of 15 and 42 of 108 of mana. So I'm going to sleep. And what this does is it replaces all that. It heals you when this tick will go up, and you'll see a big boost in all of this. And that's because as the time goes by in the game, there are periods called ticks where your health can be replenished based upon if you're standing, resting, or sleeping. And sleeping is the best, but it gives you the least visibility. So we're just going to wait for this tick. And boom, there it is. Now you can see that I've got 15 health and 76 out of 108 mana. My stamina's full. I'm 366 into my level. So let's try and find something that's harder than we should fight, and that's this Bluggle. I'm going to consider it, and it says, are you mad? That's a really good indicator of what you should fight. So I'm going to fight it, and I actually just hit it for a lot. And my magic missiles are hitting. But see, he just hit me for a 7. And I don't want to get hit again. I could die. I failed to flee. Now I fled. This button, flee, right here, is very important for your fights. Because if you die, then you lose all of your gear. Or you don't lose all your gear, excuse me. You lose a portion of your gear, but you lose a lot of experience. So even though this Bluggle is probably 1 hit away, if I land the magic missile, I'm not going to deal with him. I'm going to go back to the cleric, and I'm going to heal before I fight again. So those are the basic methods of fighting. But now I'm going to take you over to a mob that's not peaceful. In other words, if you walk in front of certain mobs, then they will target you, and they can hurt. So I'm full health. I'm going to walk out east of town. And then as a newbie, you can explore. It's perfectly good to explore. This is a Sturge. This is probably a level 10 mob. And what it's going to do is it's going to attack me right away. And luckily it hasn't hit me, but now I'm dead. I've been mortally wounded. So I just died. And I lost all my gold, or what gold I had. But usually you lose a portion of your inventory here, and I lost my torch. So luckily it's daylight out. It gets daylight after 5 a.m. And I'm going to go back to my body, and this is important. I'm going to get my corpse. Hopefully not get killed by it again. Good. I didn't get killed by it again, but I got my corpse. And that's a really important thing. Now, if I had had auto flee mechanism called Wimpy on, then I can set my life to a certain level. So I'm going to set it to 5. So if I get to 5 health or below, it's going to automatically flee, and I'll show you that. Raccoon is also higher than I should be fighting. So right now I'm at 7. I fled because I didn't want to die again, but you get the point. The Wimpy is a good method to use. Equipment is another word for inventory, so that button is what that does. And group, this people button over here, shows all the players online. So right now there's 15 players on, ranging all the way from level 1, who I am, that's me, new to BA, the witch, all the way to this is an immortal. Anyone over level 100 is an immortal, and immortals are here to help you. They're kind of the law enforcement, kind of they work on the coding for the game and all that stuff. So if you ever have any questions about anything that a player can't answer, immortals are usually who you talk to. And basically, so I've only got 7 coins. But basically, if I were to go on with the game, I'd continue to kill rats. I'd buy some canteens and some food, and I'd continue to play. I'd continue to kill rats and kill what's within my level range and that type of thing. But basically, you've got the gist of the game. Now, you're ready to explore. So have at it, and thanks for watching.